everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome to my channel, Divine Direction. In this video, we are going to be looking at the messages for the month of August for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo, so the immediate vibes that I'm getting from your cards, well, the first thing you have, so I cut the deck and you have the adventure card. It says live wild and free. So I love that. But you also have the patience card. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace, okay? When I'm looking at some of your cards, not all of them, but some of them, I was kind of getting the vibes of, how do I want to say it? Like experimenting. I talk about this a lot in my videos, but experimenting in your life, trying new things. You have the make a meal card. To me, what I'm getting with this is maybe you try out cooking. If you're not really a cook, you know, you're interested in it, trying it out, or even just trying new recipes, trying different kinds of foods, that sort of thing. So I'm kind of getting that from your spread, like, let's try doing different things. And my guides are saying, and try doing things differently. This came up in a couple of readings. So we'll see where that comes through. Now, it's so funny. So I laid out all your cards. They have me, they're saying, oh, wait, what were we doing today, Jenna? Yes, we've been trying different things of how to get the cards out, right? I always shuffle and let the cards that jump out be the message. And sometimes I get overwhelmed because there's so many different cards and I have a teeny tiny little desk. So we've been trying me just like intuitively grabbing, but my favorite way is to cut the deck. And so that's what we've been trying. So I've cut the deck in like 4 or 5 different spots so that I have this message out. I kid you not. So the first card that I got out was the Hermit. And then when I did the tarot, the first card that came out was the Hermit. Yeah. So we're definitely talking about hermit mode. I'm kind of getting this as something that you've been in, not something that you're moving into. So if you hate being in hermit mode like I do, don't worry. Okay? The other card that came out with it is the Child card. To me, what they're saying here is the hermit mode. So this could have been the lockdowns, this could have been anything. But you needed to go into hermit mode to reconnect with your, I want to say inner self, but they're also saying like inner child, especially with this card. All right, so reconnecting with that. You also have the Elder card on the bottom of the deck, which says move beyond ancestral patterns. So I feel that it's also connecting, and they're giving me chills in my legs, reconnecting with your soul and with your ancestors, which I think is a very beautiful thing. Okay. They're saying there is a very good reason why you have been in hermit mode, to reconnect with yourself and your soul, and us, they're saying, your ancestors. But they're saying the biggest aspect of this is reconnecting with yourself, who you truly are, and not what other people said you should be or made you feel that you should be, what society has told you you should be. Okay? Which explains the whole second line. Because we have the damsel, she's very, very sad in reverse. We also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the privileged lady. Okay, to me, this is talking about how things were before were not destined. Absolutely not destined. And you may have worked towards something, whether it's a career or a relationship or something of that nature, with the mentality of what society has made us feel that maybe we should desire, right? Or what we need to do or be or have to be successful in life. And they're saying that wasn't destined. That wasn't you. That was not you. So when we go into hermit mode, even though I hate it, it's very beneficial for us because it illuminates for us who we truly are inside. And I really love that. And they're saying there's a connection with that to what I was talking about at the beginning about experimenting. Because now, they're saying now we feel free to be more us. But also, when you're connecting with your inner child and your soul, you may be remembering things that you wanted to do as a child or growing up, or maybe a career that you want to go in, or a career path that you want to go in. I didn't really say that properly, but that's okay. You are connecting with yourself. And they're saying even if there's hobbies or career paths that are coming up that you didn't consider as a child or while growing up, that's okay, because now that you're connected with your soul, you know that anything's possible, right? Anything. So they're saying, in my case, so I went to school for recreational therapy. I didn't even know that was a thing, okay? I had no idea. But when it came up, I'm like, this sounds amazing. And they're saying, obviously, when you're a kid, you're not going to know exactly what maybe a certain career path could be for you, right? And again, as an adult, I did not realize that there was such a thing. But they're saying, but something that you liked as a child or growing up, something that sparked your interest, is a sign. It's a sign for you. I am getting the sense with a few of these images that we're talking about these little things that sparked joy within you, coming together to all make sense. And they're directing me to the adventure card again. You have been on an adventure, honey. I feel that my life hadn't started. Like, I've been waiting for it to start. And they're saying, you've been on this journey the whole time, all of you. Right? So they're saying, don't give me this shit about not being on your path. Okay? Sorry. They're saying, to a degree. They're saying you're always on your path, you just may take some detours, but you will always come back. I don't fully agree with that, and they're saying no. But the people that we're talking to who have been working on this, who have been going into hermit mode, right? You may have veered off your path a little bit, myself included. But they're saying, Jenna, what were you thinking about just before we did this reading? I thought, there's a lot of experiences that I've had that haven't worked out. And to me, it was just like, oh gosh, I have all of these things. I may seem flaky and that sort of thing. But they're like, but when you're reading your cards, you have life experiences to give examples to people. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. So they're like, little did you know back in 2009 that the hardships that you were having with the experiences that you've taken could help you interpret these cards, but also help you give the examples to others, right? And they're bringing my attention to these two cards, which came out side by side. When you put these two cards together, they actually make one big picture, right? That to me is amazing. And they're saying again with the quilt, when you sew all the pieces together, they make something beautiful. And I will always talk about this, they say, because that is the main message. That is a main message. But we have the Alchemist card, okay? So, all of the experiences that we've had, all of the healing that we've done, transforming into something so beautiful. They're saying we can't even explain it to you, Jenna. So, transforming you and transforming your life. The last reading that I was doing was talking about movement, and I was rewatching it a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I kept feeling that I haven't made any movement. But when I was rewatching the reading, I kept saying we're moving away from doing this. We're moving away from our insecurities and our fears and our limiting beliefs. And they're like, do not tell me you haven't made any movements, Jenna. Because we have been. So, they're saying, while we were in hermit mode, we were transforming ourselves. Okay? In this case, again, reconnecting with our inner child, healing our wounds, clearing that clutter and that crap so that we could finally get to, they're saying, the root of it all, our soul, and come into soul alignment. Unfortunately, that's something that we have to do with society and programming and other people making us feel that we're not good enough. They're showing me the word rejected, judgment, all of that. Unfortunately, we have to deal with that. But they're saying, they're making me put the pieces together. All of the experiences that we have been through have helped to shape us. So, alchemy in that way, that transformation of us, they're saying like higher version of yourself, in a way. They're saying you won't fully be able to interpret that, Jenna, but like the example that I usually give, my depression, I never want to go through that again. I never wish that on my worst enemy. But that changed me because I became way more empathetic. That was like a very, very long hermit mode for me. But all of the experiences that I've been through, even just being bullied, you know, as a kid or something like that, has made me want to prevent that in others. And I'm feeling that for you too, Leo. All of our experiences, you know, unfortunately, that had happened, we can transform that pain, they're saying, and use that to help others. So 9 of Swords in the reverse, we are moving away from that depression, that anxiety, all of that. They're kind of saying like dark night of the soul, all of that shadow work in darkness, just darkness. We're moving away from that. We're starting to focus more on our beauty. That's the word that they wanted me to say, but at the same time, like some of you maybe, it doesn't necessarily have to be physical beauty. Obviously, this is inner beauty. Focusing on some of the aspects of ourselves and our lives that we saw as flaws before or undesirable, and then transforming that and seeing ourselves more clearly. I hope I'm explaining this well. So, for example, with me being, with me having empathy and being very sensitive, you know, using that to my advantage to be able to help others, and not seeing it as a weakness anymore, okay? So there is a big crack on the bottom of this card, and that could be seen as a flaw, but we're not focusing as much on those flaws. I feel that we're seeing other people differently, like how we see people has transformed too. With the Thief card, to me, the vibe that I'm getting from it, it's like the guy's kind of like, you know what, just take my watch because you need it more than I do, right? I've noticed this in my life where some people haven't been acting like the nicest towards me, and I just kind of think, you know, it's like I don't even get angry. It's just kind of like seeing the wounding within them or the need to mature. And it's just like, you know what, I don't even, there's one thing if you need to stand up for yourself, but at the same time, I just feel that there was no need for me to be angry or yell at these people. I will if I need to, which they say is a transformation in itself. But I kind of see it as, wow, look at their wounding, you know? And even people that are not upsetting me, but I just kind of see where their wounding may be, and think, how can I help them? How can I support them? Because I don't want someone to feel the way that I did. So definitely seeing ourselves differently, seeing others differently, seeing situations differently too, right? So we do have the Fool card. To me, this is about hiding emotions. Queen of Cups in reverse. The vibes that I'm getting from this card, we're not hiding our emotions anymore, or how we feel. So they're saying this may be baby steps for some of you, right? It is for me as well. And it's scary to actually communicate with someone about how you're actually feeling. But I've noticed with me, I'm being more open about my insecurities, my fears, you know, why I'm acting a certain way or why I'm feeling a certain way. So someone could upset me a little bit, and I could take a moment and say, okay, I'm upset about this. And I'm not even like that upset, but there's a little bit, you know. I'm upset about this because I'm tracing it back to my childhood. What happened, or not even just my childhood, but as I was getting older, even situations where it's like, oh, you know, this guy that I was seeing used to do this, and that really hurt me. And then someone did something and it reminded me of that. And so I can say, okay, you know, I'm not mad at you. I'm just reliving those feelings right now. And they're saying that's a very powerful thing, Jenna, because you're acknowledging the origins of these feelings and not dwelling on them and not having it cause issues in your relationships, right? So if we can think logically, like, okay, I'm upset, or this is bothering me because of this, they're saying we have the control back. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We have the control back. We have the change card, but also with the Fox card, it's a 14, which adds up to 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. To me, this is about changes. The change card is also a 9 card. To me, that's just before the change. We're not letting our emotions keep us down. That's what I'm getting from this. Even though the stream is going in one way, the fish is going in the opposite direction. It's not letting the emotions, which water I often interpret as being emotions, it's not letting it keep it down or hold it back. So that fish is going where it wants to go. And also there could be a fear of the fox, right? Because the fox is a predator of this fish. it's still moving forward. So what has held us down is no longer holding us back. And they're saying, baby girl, that's when this change comes in. They're saying that to me. This is when the change comes in, Leo. Because we're no longer being held down or held back. So with the Hermit card, he has a lantern with a light in it. To me, it's like he had to find his light to put in the lantern to light the way. And they're giving me chills. That's how I'm interpreting this. You have the Liberator card. To me, it's the same thing. So now you take that light that you have found within yourself, and they're saying all of these discoveries help your light to burn brighter. All right? So every new epiphany, that whatever you felt was flawed about you or your path or anything like that, an epiphany that, you know what, this helped me become who I am today. You're adding fuel to the fire, but in this case, this is a good thing because your light is burning brighter, so you can light the way, not only for yourself but for others. So the imagery that they're giving me right now is a forest, but there's a clear path, but it's very dark. And you are using your fire, your light, to light up torches, so you light the way for others. They're saying, boom! I can't even fully interpret that for you. And they're saying that I won't even fully understand it either. But we are clearing the way for others. So that maybe they don't have to have as much of a hermit moment or as much pain, experience as much pain as we had to, right? Helping people to find their light and helping them to work through any darkness that they have. So to me, that's like childhood trauma. But also just allowing, like, I don't want to say allowing. I don't know why I said allowing. But letting them know that it's okay to be who you are, right? So if you think about over decades and centuries, how slowly but gradually we are allowing, they keep wanting me to say allowing. It's allowing people to be able to be more of who they are. Doing things that they love to do. And they're saying whether that's moving away from like working that 9-to-5 job where they feel that they have to be doing it. Instead, people are maybe buying tiny houses and traveling the country and finding work in a different way. It could be so many different things. I don't know if I want to say this, but helping others realize that there are more choices for them out there, especially in terms of romantic relationships. Okay? So I've talked about me doing online dating. I've been trying that out. And it's sad because some of the people that I've talked to, they don't even realize that there's a higher vibrational love out there, right? I wish I could fully remember the conversations that I had with a couple of people, but they just don't, they didn't understand that there is someone out there for you that Like, I don't even know how to interpret it, because it was so bananas to me that someone would think that, you know, you don't have a forever person or something like that. And you know what, everyone's entitled to their different opinions and everything, so I'm not saying that. But to me, it's just the way that they're talking to me. I'm like, you do not realize that there's a greater love out there for you than what you could even anticipate. And they're saying, yeah. So as our fire burns, our light, we admit this light, and we find it within us, and we help others with it. They're showing me the bonfire in this card. Like, our light can spread. They're saying, think about it as like a forest fire, but in a positive way, right? It's like your light just starts spreading and shining as you spread your light. So spreading that within others. But showing others that there's more options. There's higher vibrational love out there for you. There are higher vibrational friendships. There are higher vibrational anything, they're saying. There are more options out there for you than you could even anticipate in any area of life. In career, your lifestyle, anything. Okay. So they're bringing my attention to the Mountains card that says stand your ground. Okay? What I'm getting from this is no matter what anyone says to you, whatever they tell you, or even whatever your outside circumstances show you, remain true within yourself. In the case of maybe looking for the one, you might feel that you're not finding them, right? And people may tell you, I've had people tell me this, where I'm too picky and you need to settle. Well, the people that told me to settled themselves, and they're not in happy relationships. I can tell you that right now. I would rather be alone than settle for less than what I deserve. So people could tell you, not only in relationships, but, oh, well, it doesn't even matter. They're saying it doesn't even matter what they tell you. It could be so many different things because they've already done that. But they're saying the point of going into hermit mode, that loneliness is often, partly, because we needed to find our light without anyone else's influence around us, right? So yes, it is lonely. It is a lonely road sometimes. But how can you find your light when other people or experiences are dimming it? Now we are standing our ground because we know what we deserve, we know what we desire, we know, they're saying to a certain degree you know what you're capable of, or what you could be capable of. They're saying you'll never fully know what you're capable of. No. But you're getting that power back. Your light is your power. We have the Seer card. It says see beyond the current situation. So again, I'm kind of feeling, regardless of outside circumstances or outside influences, that we're focusing on what it is that we desire. Also, we're not letting current circumstances hold us back either. So for example, with the pandemic, lockdowns, I don't know if anyone's in lockdown right now, I have no idea. Where I live, we have restrictions, but we're slowly starting to open up. But they're saying with the pandemic, you could see that as being a situation that's holding you back. And they're saying, in a way, yes, but it didn't really hold you back, not truly. if you went into your hermit mode, because you were still moving forward, because you were healing. It is very difficult, they're saying, to move forward in the physical if you still have all this pain within you. Because it's difficult for us to see where it is that Spirit is directing us, right? And it's very hard for us to see that we are deserving and worthy of what it is we desire. They're just saying it's very hard for us to see clearly when we have all that darkness. It's like having a blindfold over your eyes. And she has a veil over her eyes. But as I say, as we heal, we remove a layer. And we start seeing things more clearly. We start seeing us more clearly. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. To me, what they're talking about here, seeing yourself more clearly and realizing your talents. Again, with the example that having, being a sensitive person, that's a talent, okay? But also, as you connect with your soul, your talents begin to emerge, right? This could also be spiritual gifts. I've noticed this with me, slowly coming out. They're saying not so we don't scare you. So I do feel myself moving from reading cards to just giving messages directly in a mediumship reading. Okay? But they're saying, Jenna, you wouldn't have been able to do that beforehand because you wouldn't have been able to think it was possible, because I didn't. But also, they're saying that my life experiences that helped shape me are also helping me to communicate, as I was saying with the cards, right? They help me to communicate with others. And and my pain too, yeah. So if I'm reading someone who has experienced pain or depression, anxiety, that sort of thing, they can show me a time, or they can make me feel, they're saying, focus on your empathy right here. They can make me feel a certain way, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what it is. Because I felt that. That's how I used to feel, so they're saying so I can have that connection with someone else, right? So they're saying seeing that pain in another way can help us connect to other people. I hope that's not coming out in a bad way. But I remember my friend losing their father and just thinking that was so horrible. He died of cancer. And I had empathy for it, but I didn't fully understand. They're saying that was more compassion because I didn't understand until a couple of years later I lost my grandpa in the exact same way. And I could connect more. Not that we didn't connect because we're friends, but I could connect more with her because a lot of the same feelings, a lot of these same experiences. So she was able to help me in that way, the way that I wasn't fully able to help her during that time, right? So they're saying for some of us, those experiences, whether it's for grieving, depression, whatever, we can help another person through that. And that's another way how we spread our light. So they're saying, look at this life as an adventure. Past, present, future. It's time to start seeing the experiences that you've already had in a different way, and you probably already have, Leo. They're also saying, don't be afraid to go down any path. Don't. With this card, there's two different paths. They're saying always listen to your intuition, but don't be afraid to go down a different path. Because you're just going to gain more experiences. Adventure. Okay. Okay. With the message card, they're kind of giving me the vibes of communication is important on your path, right? Yeah. So you might find that someone comes into your life and you're like, this is weird. And then you start talking more and you're like, I know exactly why I'm having this conversation with you. That's going to happen. They may not be a client of yours, but they may pop up. And even just seeing situations, even in the past, of why someone came in your life. And having that realization, okay, this person came into my life because of why. My mom and I had this conversation about my ex yesterday. She's like kind of like, why? Sometimes we'll never know why something happens. I said, I know exactly why that happened. Because he was the catalyst that put me in the direction that I was in, that I needed to go in. Yeah. So seeing things differently there. And they're saying, was that a good relationship for you, Jenna? No, it was horrible. It wasn't a nice experience, no. But it helped me move towards this. So I'm grateful for that. So with the patience card, I'm kind of feeling have patience with yourself. And they're also saying like have patience with being in that hermit mode. Some of you may still be in it. It varies for all of us. I still feel that I'm not fully in it, but I'm not out of it, right? But as we move forward, look at life as an adventure. And again, focus on the journey and not on the destination. You don't want to miss out on things. Have fun. Experiment, Leo. Try different things. Because all of these experiences, and definitely listen to yourself and what you want to experience or what you want to try. Okay? Because all of these experiences are coming together like a beautiful quilt. The pieces coming together. They're saying they will make sense someday. Trust us. They will make sense someday. And they're saying, if you're leading with your heart, another reason why the Knight of Cups is up. If you are leading with your heart on this journey, there's no wrong that you could do. So try something. If you feel guided to do something, try it. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. Because that was an experience, that was knowledge gained, and we move forward to somewhere else. Maybe, they're saying, even if you went to a job and it didn't work out, maybe you just needed to be there to help spread your light. That's it. looking at things in a different way, Leo. I have no idea what I'm going to call this reading, to be honest. The Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, we're definitely moving away from the old, like moving away from what we've been told or how we've been taught to live and how to see things and view things. This is very exciting, Leo. That's what my guide said. It's very exciting. Enjoy your adventure. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your heart. And you can't go wrong. Okay, Leo, I'm going to end this message. I'm sorry, I was kind of all over the place, but they're saying this is the message that needed to come out. So I hope you enjoy your month of August, and hopefully I see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.